is reconvened. Speaker number one is a table topics, Marcia Bradley. So hold the dinging and hold the machine. Icebreaker, I'm sorry. Icebreaker. Please welcome Marcia Bradley. Toastmasters. Marcia Bradley.
It was a cool autumn night, November 20th, 1992. The clock had almost hit 12 when Monica pressed through her first push and Martin marveled at the wonder of his newborn baby girl. "She's here," they finally said, with overjoyed hearts and eyes full of tears. "What will you name her?" the nurse asked so sweetly. Well, we were thinking Marcia Colandrea Bradley. Good morning, Toastmasters. Good morning. My name is Marcia Colandrea Bradley, and thank you for lending me your eyes and your ears. There's something you must know about me. I am a child of God. And when I say God, I do mean the one who formed all of creation with the art of communication. The one who sent his beloved Son to die for all mankind. The very mankind we see throughout all of history search so desperately for identity and purpose. Who am I? What am I? Why am I? And where do I come from? No man nor woman is exempt from asking these questions, and I certainly was not. Now, it would be a bold statement for me to say that I found my purpose and identity earlier on in life. I could not say that it was an ephemeral experience, and I cannot take all the credit for discovering this part of myself. Yeah, it was interesting. I would say that it had to be due to my Creator that I could come to comprehend this creation. Now, I get it. We're not all on the same page, and I promise you we don't have to be. But I can't break my ice, this ice, without sharing the most important part about my identity. I was created, and I am a creative. Marcia, what are you doing? Are you really going to analyze my wardrobe against this wall of backdrops? Well, of course, I must. I don't want to waste time here, because if we do not analyze these colors, these textures, and these tones against this scenery, then we could be wasting our time and our money. Wow. I've never thought of it that way. You're truly the creative's creative, Marcia. You think for us creatives when we just don't have time to think. It was at this moment I realized that I thought much differently and saw the world differently than most people around me. I saw creatively. Before, I thought that everyone saw colors and lines and symmetry and faces the way that I saw them, but that wasn't the case, and isn't the case today. Years have since passed, and I'm still discovering the beauty of my creativity. It's wonderful. I'm passionate about art, film, design, architecture, nature, and even music. Art fascinates me. But you know what fascinates me even more? The art of communication. That's why I'm here. Or at least that's why I think I'm here. See, I grew up in a household where good communication wasn't all too prevalent. I could tell you stories of back and forth, frequent debates all throughout my adolescence. Now, I promise you, I have wonderful parents, and my wonderful parents were not the best communicators. How could they have been? Who knew to teach them how to express themselves with dignity and patience and selflessness? They were young. It was this childhood trauma of poor interpersonal communication skills that drove me into this desire to think well and speak well. I would navigate these emotions and fears of being misunderstood. So I swore up and down that I would do everything I could to break the generational curses of poor communication in myself and for my future family. This desire spilt over into my community, onto those who look like me but didn't have the same experiences as me or resources as me. Why are you talking all white and stuff? I heard that far too many times growing up. If I right now were to walk into a middle school in an underprivileged community, my speech alone could ostracize me, set me apart. To them, to speak well is to be white or famous, but it's not for them. Why? Truth is, good communication is for anyone who wants it. No color nor creed should be how we perceive a good communicator. Our dear Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was an exquisite communicator, clear, effective, and poetic. Everything I aspire to gather here at Toastmasters Winter Park. And as I close today, I'll say this. All of my story has brought me here. All of your stories have brought you here. And despite the nuances and differences of our stories, we're all here in one common reason, for one common goal, and that is to master the art of communication. Thank you, Toastmasters, for inviting me into a space where I can grow into a master communicator.